Welcome everybody back to Strider Games. Thank you for clicking. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you don't mind. Now, this is a little bit late, but it is the news. I have been playing The Division this weekend, so I can be forgiven for being late, can't I guess. I wanted to do an X-Files Series 10 review as well, but it's not available here till the 8th of February, so that's been postponed as well, which is annoying. So this is late, non-X-Files related news, and we'll start with some Star Wars Rogue One stuff. So what's been happening with Star Wars Rogue One this week, last week, whenever it was? Let's have a look. Darth Vader is definitely going to be back in this film. He is in this movie in a big way. I'm led to believe, because it is said that he has some action scenes in the Rogue One movie. Stunt suits have been seen on set, Vader stunt suits, which means that whoever's going to be playing Vader is going to be doing some stunts, probably some fights, probably some cool lightsaber stuff. Who knows? Will it be Hayden Christensen? We don't know. Will that be rubbish? I don't know. Let's look quickly at prequels, okay? Those films were terrible, but I don't think it was down to the actors, especially not down to Hayden Christensen. He's quite a good actor. He's not to blame for the shocking waste of time that those films were. He was in Jumper. That's good, I guess. Again, shit film really, but it wasn't because of him. Anyway, all I'm worried about is James Earl Jones returns for the voice of Darth Vader. That's all I want to hear, is that classic voice once again. So that is good, I guess. Exorcist. You remember the Exorcist films? Right, well, it's coming to the small screen. Fox has ordered a pilot episode of this horror classic. I believe that this series is based more on the books than the film. It will air at some point next year, I believe. X-Men Apocalypse, the new X-Men film, introduces its newest villain. This time he's a super mutant god called Apocalypse, hence the title of the film. But what does he have power-wise? Well, he can, according to this thing I read somewhere, he can take other mutants and make them better, enhancing their powers. It's in that he has his 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Those are mutants that he's given extra powers to or increase their power, and they help him, I guess. He can he's resistant to mental mutants like Xavier, so they can't get into his mind. He's able to change stuff at the molecular level, which sounds quite cool. We've seen him grow in size on the trailer, so he can probably do that as well as other stuff. So once again, this is a prequel to the first X-Men film. So I'm assuming at some point they'll catch up with it. By then, though, they'll probably just remake it. So anyway, Apocalypse is out May 27th this year. Sticking with superheroes, Daredevil Season 2 is coming on Netflix super soon. The first season of Daredevil was one of the best TV shows I've ever watched. I thought it was brilliant. It's a superhero program with realism, quite adult content-y. There's lots of blood and people getting hurt, beaten up. Very little jokey, quippy stuff, which we've seen a lot of in the cinematic universe. Everyone's a comedian, it seems. But in Season 2, we see the Punisher. He's the new enemy. He's played by John Bernthal, which was Sean in The Walking Dead. He's looking quite cool as the Punisher. Also, Elektra is going to be in this movie. She's a female assassin. She's always been Daredevil's love interest, I guess. Apparently, in this season, she is a psychopath in some description or another. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. That's coming soon. Now, we know that sadly David Bowie passed away. I have watched Labyrinth twice since that time. And I had news that Nicole Perlman, who co-writ The Guardians of the Galaxy, is set to make a remake of The Labyrinth. So, as you remember, the original saw the legend that was David Bowie as the Goblin King, and we had Jennifer Connelly walking the labyrinth to try and get back her baby brother. It was filled with live effects, puppetry, and the only CGI was that weird fire dancing scene, which was green screen. It was awesome. So now they're going to remake it, and it's probably going to be rubbish. Which slides us nicely into Guardians of the Galaxy, the second one. So this might be spoilers, maybe, probably not. We have a lineup for the second outing of the Space Avengers. So you've got the same crew from the first film: Rocket, Groot, Quinn, Gamora, plus Yondu is coming back for the second film. We know he was left with a gnome at the end of the first one instead of the Infinity Gem. Nebula returns after she stole that ship. Don't know where she went, but she's back. Mantis is a new person who is apparently an alien with psychic powers and, of course, martial art skills. Possibly Thanos? Maybe setting up for Infinity War. And Quinn's dad as well, played by Kurt Russell, I believe, which will be quite cool. Sticking with Marvel then, Spider-Man. This is old news now. This is old. I don't even know why I'm telling you. Tom Holland, the new Spider-Man, was sitting on this set of Captain America Civil War. He is sitting inside a Quinjet. So, we know that already. Thor 3, Ragnarok. Rumours is Hulk is going to be in this movie. We know that he's been seen on set. Rumours of a possible storyline I have discovered online. Now, this might be spoilers for Thor 3. This might be nonsense and just some fan theory. But as I do very little to no research at all, this is what I've read. So there's a new character called Hela. She is a witch type person. She somehow, don't ask me how, destroys Thor's hammer, okay? And she sends Thor to a planet of undisclosed name where he is put forward in gladiator type battles to work up to his freedom. Okay, so he fights different aliens basically. As he fights his way from the bottom to the top, Thor, obviously the god, makes his way to the final fight and the best fighter that this planet has, the Hulk. It turns out to be the Hulk, okay? After Age of Ultron, Hulk, sodded off in a jet, and we don't know what happened to him. Something to do with the sea. They found the jet in the sea. So somehow he got from Earth to this planet. Maybe he was captured by aliens. Maybe he flew there. Maybe he had some sort of space door. Who knows? But for some reason also, he can't change back from the Hulk into Bruce Banner. Okay, he's stuck as the Hulk. However, he's been stuck as the Hulk for so long on this planet that Banner's personality is leaking through, and the Hulk can understand. He can remember stuff. He's able to recognize that Thor is his friend, and he's able to escape and get them both out. So it sounds possibly a nod to the Planet Hulk storyline slightly. The fact that Hulk can't change and he's on another planet. Anyway, Thor 3 Ragnarok, that comes out on October the 27th. we are looking forward to that. The final stage of Thor's storyline before Infinity War. I love Marvel stuff, it's good. Doctor Who news. Steve Moffat, who is the writer-director of the show, is leaving the show this year. He's the producer and has been since its revival back with Christopher Eccleston. It is said that a huge event will mark his departure now. I think, and I'm pretty sure when I say this, that means that the Doctor is going to regenerate into a woman. Yes, probably. So he's leaving, and Chris Chibnall is stepping into his shoes. He did Broadchurch with David Tennant, which is good because he was also a Doctor. Anyway, the final season will air, and then he'll take over. And Peter Capaldi, the current Doctor, rumours are that he's going to leave at the same time. So I should think we're going to see the Doctor transform, regenerate into a female character this time. Obvious, that's obvious. So Capaldi, he is leaving. He's not been in it long, but he's not had the shortest time as the Doctor. The shortest time is Christopher Eccleston, who only did 13 episodes, which was good. I quite like that. Avatar 2. It is coming, and it has been put back before even starting filming. This is due to Star Wars 8 coming, obviously, in December. However, I caught a glimpse of something earlier that maybe Star Wars has been put back again. But we're looking at December time, which is a good move for Avatar, I think, because Star Wars will literally kick the shit out of it. Now, is this news again? McGee, the director of Terminator Salvation, stuff like Charlie's Angels, that guy, he's been put forward for a He-Man reboot. Yes. Disney news. I have here a list of the upcoming live action Disney classic movies that are being rebooted. Okay? I'm going to tell you them. We've already had Cinderella. It was quite good. We have around April time, The Huntsman Winter War, which is a sequel, I'm guessing. Then on the 15th of April, The Jungle Book. That's live action. May 27th, Alice in Wonderland 2, Alice Dies Harder. August 12th, Pete's Dragon, Dragon Wars. 17th of March, Hermione from Harry Potter and the Beast. In May at some point, Angelina Jolie, The Witch, Strikes Back. October 17th, Jungle Book Origins, which I'm guessing is just a wildlife documentary about the birth of a bear, a monkey, a tiger, a panther and a snake. Then they've got Little Mermaid, Dumbo, Sword in the Stone, Cruella de Vil movie, Aladdin and Genie origin film, Mary Poppins 2, not a reboot, a sequel, possibly with the same actress, she's probably 100 by now, Mulan, The Wizard of Oz and the Deathly Hallows, The Wooden Liar Pinocchio, two different, non-related Tinkerbell movies, and Winnie the Pooh, Attack of the Clones. Moving on. Wonder Woman. There was a trailer this week for Wonder Woman on the back of the Superman vs. Batman movie, and I've skim-read an article which gives me some small understanding about the upcoming. Firstly, the upcoming Batman vs. Superman movie. She is apparently Wonder Woman in this film, 5,000 years old, and she's a retired superhero who I'm guessing is forced back into the limelight because of what's happening with Darkseid and Lex Luthor. She is getting her own prequel, sequel, origin story thing. It is coming out. There is a trailer, as I said, and it does look quite good. Lots of cool slow motion fight scene stuff, so that's awesome. 24 has a new series. No Jack Bauer though. Nope, he's probably in a mental institution or dead after all that being shot and and beaten up and being Jack Bauer. This time the storyline is around a guy called Eric Carter. He's played by The Walking Dead's Corey Hawkins. And it said that he will contact CTU. He's not an agent. He contacts them for help in stopping the biggest attack on America ever seen. So that sounds quite good, although Keith Sutherland won't be in it. Maybe a cameo? Most probably. Lastly, Blade Runner 2 has started shooting. It's released... Sorry, I read that wrong. It starts shooting in July for a release of 2017. And yes, Harrison Ford is in it. Good. Let's jump quickly onto games. How are we looking at? Okay, good. 16 minutes is fine. So game news. Division. The beta was out this week. I have been playing it. I have mixed thoughts. I will link my review below. So click on that, please, for what I think. It's a good game, and I played it for ages, hence why the news is late. However, some concern over the size of the game and uploading it to your console or to your computer. It might take some time. It's apparently a really big upload. You need a lot of space. So I have some running specs for you PC version people. This has been released by Ubisoft. Now, I don't know about computers, so please forgive me if I get this wrong. So for the best gameplay for the Division on PC, you will need Windows 7, 8 or 10 with a 65-bit version. You need an Intel Core processor, i7 3770 or better, whatever that means. Gobbledygook. You need 8 gigabytes of RAM. You need a DirectX version 11 or better, and you need 40 gigs of hard drive space. So if you know what that means, you're welcome. Also, there's been a bit leaked of what I've read about story mode, which is the non-dark zone area, the bit that I will probably mostly be playing. Looking forward to it in great detail. Apparently, it will be split into 3 different threads, so you'll have missions that run throughout, and each mission will give you clues to solve a little piece of the full story. It's a little bit like Assassin's Creed, I guess, that kind of, that tree that leads up. So the first thread will be about the virus and how it started and how it spread. The second will be about the factions of people that have risen up since the collapse and how they started and stuff. And the third will be about the city itself, its collapse, and its rebuilding. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in the full game. Very excited about the Division, I guess. Click the link below, find out why. Far Cry Primal. Now, this is out in February. I'm not sure if it's a hunter-gatherer game, if it's a first-person shooter game, if it's something about mythical tribes. I don't know. I thought that Far Cry had machine guns and stuff. Anyway, that's out soon. Star Wars Battlefront. New DLC for Star Wars Battlefront is available. As well as new modes and private matches for the Tatooine maps, there are new hero outfits. And for those with a season pass, now listen, you'll be getting updates throughout March, including some new maps, which are maps from the Outer Rims. There's a Beastman Cloud City map, and also Death Star levels. So that's quite cool, actually. I might look into those. I know I've got the Jakku level to play, but there you go. Anyway, it's thanks for watching. It's quite a long one. Again, the news isn't that new, but I'll bring you some more next week. So thank you very much for joining me. I should have called it old, shouldn't I? Instead of the news, because it's old. Anyway. So thank you very much. Join me next time for some more movie, TV, and game news. Please like, please subscribe here on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter at Strider Games and also on Facebook, facebook.com/Strider Games. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone, and look forward to